Okay, now showing you my second major step in the morning routine. This is thesis generation with the heat map um, template or layout, let's say. The big difference with this layout compared to the 5-star screener is that this is connected to my real trading layout. It's the same layout, so I just use a different template. Why is that? Because I want to have the things that I'm drawing on this in this process steps, I want to have them on my trading chart. The 5-star screener template needs to be very clean, otherwise you don't see anything. So there is no connection and I don't really draw a lot of lines. But here in the first step, especially with the market profile, I'm looking for levels that I put on the chart, and I obviously need that levels on the chart in the trading layout. So there is a connection. So let's go through it. I typically use the market profile one on the 15 minutes. It's important that you stay on the same time frame every time, because the market profile levels, they change a bit with time frames. So I don't want to care about that too much. So I always do my analysis on the 15-minute time frame. You will see afterwards, once if I'm thinking about the thesis finally, then I go to the 1 hour. But let's go through the template first. So the template is a classic trend predator template. I just switched off all the 8-hour stuff because that's not important for the thesis. So cleaning it up a bit. And then additionally, you see here the market profile on the weekly and on the daily time frame. So this is the major thing I'm looking at. So I'm tracking the daily switch levels. I'm tracking the lower time frame patterns. I'm checking trend predator alignment. And I'm especially looking for out of balance situations and naked point of controls. So in the morning, first thing is always to clean it up. So this is the dollar again. I typically do this in parallel to the 5-star screener. So I always look at the 5-star screener layout and then immediately for the same pair afterwards on this one's. Then you can judge it better. For the moment, we just go through all the pairs in the same template. We did the 5-star screener before. Now we are looking only on the heat map generation template. So let's look at it. Interesting here is a huge block of single prints. So this is something I didn't even mark that yet. I mean, on the dollar, I don't mark that stuff too much typically. So this is significant. So this is a huge resistance level, or once penetrated, it might quickly rotate all the way up again. There is a naked point of control, but I don't mark that on the dollar either. So I might look at the daily switch. The daily switch is down here. This is not true anymore because this is now here. So was the breakdown close. We have an out of balance uptrend, still valid. There is the previous month value area high. We closed and opened outside. Now retesting it, as you see the relevance. Retesting this and the monthly switch level. And now it's pushing up again. There is the daily switch. So for the moment, as we discussed, not much more to do. And for the dollar, I also don't mark a lot of levels because I don't watch that during the trading session. Silver. Let's look at it. Weekly switch up here. Naked point of control, a daily one that is gone again. We have a weekly one from last week. This is last week's profile with the naked point of control up here, and we have a monthly naked point of control up here. We have the monthly VWAP close. I already marked that. That's all not too relevant at the moment. We had this day 0 range expansion channel down. Now hitting support here a bit. Inside day, first green day pushing up, but not having a lot of fuel. So we would have expected the inside day to work out yesterday already, but it didn't push further up, so it coils here because maybe it just doesn't have any fuel. So let's look at that. We have a naked point of control down here from no, that's Friday, exactly, yesterday. So we have here monthly out of balance open, rotating back up. So out of balance, reversal up. The daily switch is down here. This moves now up here. The weekly switch is here. We have a daily out of balance, out no, breakout close. The opening was inside the valley area, so there is no out of balance on the daily. So that's more or less it. So we yesterday breakout close, built up value here. Now it's working the high but coming back in. So overall, I would still say this is potentially bullish, but now we have a fake out high on the day, pulling back in, and the week is also in breakdown. This is also what was yesterday already conflicting, that we have a weekly breakdown close. This is pretty bearish, and now we are working our way up again, but that's counter trend. So that's why potentially this inside day doesn't have enough force. So it's just ranging and coiling sideways there for the moment. So we need to observe that. We also see, you see here, we had a weekly out of balance open down here, and now we are rotating back inside the value area. So from this, I would typically fill my heat map. I will do that later for New York. Then you see the results. But this is all we have for the moment. So an inside day target up here, a huge resistance down here with the weekly breakdown level, switch level, and now it seems to struggle working further up. And as Dalton says, we always try to judge what is price trying to do and how successful is it. So price tries to move up and complete the inside day setup, but it's struggling clearly. So we need to be careful. Now it's coiling. If we have a creeping trend like this, it can either collapse or blow off. Or if we are in a low volume week, as we probably are, it might not do anything. So this is, for me, this have been my worst days in the past, days that didn't do anything, and I tried to force stuff. You can lose a lot of money in those days, which is pretty stupid. Now I'm above that, fortunately, and if I feel that it doesn't move, I'm very careful and potentially don't do anything, especially after a week like last week. That was pretty amazing. So silver, bearish on the weekly, long time frame, bullish, I would say. Inside day potentially pushing up, but counter weekly downtrend. That's all we know for the moment. So thesis here is, of course, the inside day. This is what we are watching, still in play. It might also dive back in again and rotate to the inside bar stops on the other side. So that's what I would typically also mark here, the inside bar stops. And that's it then. So then let's go to gold. Let's look at that. We have a block of single prints up here, still valid. Naked point of control. We were rotating down from there. We have now inside bar stops from this inside day down here, still relevant. Then we broke out here, printing a new daily switch level. And here again, so the daily switch is now far up here, and we even lost it now. That's interesting. So this out of balance uptrend was yesterday. Let's see where it opened. It opened up here. So it is actually out of balance reversal down. That's interesting. So we move that up here. You see that's the value area high. Opened outside, now rotating back in. So that's out of balance reversal down. That's pretty bearish for the moment. Thesis we leave open, but we are still in a weekly out of balance uptrend. So you see the week closed and opened up here. Previous week value area low high was down here. So there is also a naked point of control. That's a weekly one. Let's do a weekly naked point of control out of that. So if I have a daily and a weekly on top of each other, I just take the weekly, of course. So this is rather bullish, but now we are in a daily fake out high. We have a weekly naked point of control here that was not even hit. Previous fake out high, continuation, low hanging fruit. So at the moment, this is a rather pretty bearish setup. All time frames bearish, so this might rotate down. So let's put that here. Previous fake out high cont question mark. This is what I would look for the moment coming into New York. So for the moment, we don't know anything. So we just make a thesis and then we observe later into New York what it does. So that's all you have for the moment for gold. Let's go to oil. Let's see that. We know huge peak formation high here, as we know, now pushing back down again. So this is pretty busy. Many people would say that's complete analysis paralysis, but I'm completely used to this type of template, and I only use that for my analysis, and the trading template is then much cleaner. So there was an inside day, naked point of control, breakdown close. So the daily switch is here, then another breakdown close. So the daily switch moves down here. Naked point of control. Let's clone this one. There's another one here now. The weekly switch is here because the week closed in breakout and came back in. There is a couple of single prints. We can mark those. Always good to have them because they are magnets and we have a very specific reaction once price gets there. Out of balance reversal down on the month. Not on the week, on the day anymore. The day opened in balance, so I would kill that. So I never leave that on, only if it's valid right away. And we have an out of balance downtrend on the week, because you see here that was the weekly value area and it opened down here outside the value area. So we mark the previous week value area low, out of balance downtrend. So month and week are pushing down. Then we are looking here. We know we are in an inside month. We are in a weekly fake out high, current week inside. So the weekly fake out high level is here from this inside week, and we have the inside bar stops down here. So we clearly seem to be heading to these liquidity zones, weekly inside bar stops, another weekly inside bar stop level down here, previous year low. So this clearly pushes down for the moment. Here now in a daily fake out low. This is the point of control of yesterday that's already traded through, though not relevant. But we are now in 3 days of breakout shorts. So careful with the next short. Overall, it's pretty conflicting. So I would say this is unclear for the moment. I wouldn't short that from here lower for the moment. Pretty overextended, though it's really bearish, and we have clear liquidity zones here. So potentially you could take a low-hanging fruit trade here, but for the moment, after this push down, I would be a bit careful, especially now it's in a daily fake out low, of course. So that's Oil, multi-week range. We know that now, working back down and potentially taking the stops here. Good. So let's stay in the New York basket. So to make it not too long, let's go to NASDAQ. Let's see what NASDAQ is doing here. Naked point of control on the weekly. I already marked that. We have a breakdown close here. That's why the daily switch. No, breakdown close here. So that's why the daily switch is here. But now we have a breakout close again. Okay, that's interesting. So this moves up here, and we are currently trading above that. We also have an out of balance situation. You see here it opened up here, so this becomes previous day value area high and out of balance uptrend. So always meaning careful once you're trading above that with shorts. So we rather look for longs. Out of balance reversal up on the week because it closed down here. Now rotating back in. Those two are bullish for the moment. We know we are in the middle of the range. On the other hand, it's all bullish for the moment. So uptrend, breakout continuation, low of day even. So this could potentially push further up, I would say. There is a naked point of control, but this is overall pretty weird situation. Yeah, rather bullish, of course. So watch the switch level. Here, especially watch previous day high, which is around there. Now it's coiling, so we really need to let it show its hand into New York, but overall, I would say it's pretty bullish. Then the same for S&P, naked point of control up here, the weekly naked point of control here, breakdown, close. Did we do a breakout close? It's right on the level, not sure. So we let that here for the moment. Out of balance reversal down is now again an out of balance uptrend because we are trading above it. Thesis not sure yet. Monthly VWAP close is traded through. Weekly switch down here because we had a breakdown close now coming back up. So it's a real switch level. Monthly naked point of control taken. So we clean that up. We have a daily naked point of control down here. Let's mark that. Always good to have it. Right. So inside day. Okay, so this was an inside day. That's interesting. So we need to watch the inside day setup. That's good. So this is definitely not a breakout close. Otherwise, it wouldn't be an inside day. So we are looking for inside day 1x or inside day. Is it triggered? Yes. Breakout. So we go for either 1x. Let's mark it. PD low is here. PD high is there. So that's our target zone. If it goes further up, I always like to have that on the chart. And we have our inside stops, inside bars down here, like this. So that's it. So we are bullish, so it might rotate all that way. I'm not sure if this happens now. We need to be aware that it also goes sideways, but this is the two targets now. Either it goes there or it goes there. So let's observe it. Then DJ30, it's a bit different because it hit the previous year high and never made it out there. So we have a naked point of control here, a naked point of control up here. We have a weekly naked point of control right here. this one here, fine. Monthly VWAP close, we are now below. That's typically the strong resistance. Monthly naked point of control above. So this is overall much more bearish than the others. You see that already. Weekly switch right here. Out of balance downtrend on the month. So this previous month value area low is right here. So we are trading into that. Out of balance downtrend on the week also. Weekly switch. So we are slamming right into all of these levels. There is an old weekly naked point of control. We don't need that. This naked point of control we can use down here. Here's some single prints. Daily fake out high. Yeah, well, so overall, hard to say. It's a huge range. Now breaking up, we are right smack on all of these critical levels. So we really need to observe that. For me, this is not a real interesting setup for the moment, I have to say. I would say unclear for the moment, and just observe it. So, and now maybe in a quick run through how I typically watch or make my final run through. So I typically switch off the TPO. So if you're not using TPO, this is where you probably would like to start right away, and then use the whole template on the 1 hour time frame. Then you will see it's getting much clearer. So you see everything now, especially after having drawn the levels. So here, that's the dollar situation, the week 0 with the target up here. Now a huge pullback coiling sideways. Thesis unclear, we just discussed it, but in an out of balance uptrend on the month. Let's put it down here. Then we see here silver inside day now pushing up, target up here, but at the moment it's rather bearish because the time frames are rolling over. So we need to observe the levels of the inside day. Potentially, of course, this could also rotate down now, but then we need to lose the inside day high first. Then gold. As we discussed, previous fake out high continuation, out of balance reversal down. Here you see it. 2 pushes up, now pulling back in. Potentially previous fake out high continuation. Let's look into New York. Oil pushing down. Here you see it nicely. 1, 2, 3 down, slamming into these levels. Liquidity here. Bearish, but very strong downtrend front side for the moment. So potentially a short from here, but I don't know at the moment in such a week with so few fuel, so low fuel, I wouldn't probably do that. NASDAQ, there we are also slamming into these levels. All bullish for the moment as long as we stay up here, but again, also I'm not sure if we should go with breakout trades for the moment in such a week. So we need to be careful, but potentially this could be a breakout continuation, as we also see here with this 3-star trend predator setup. S&P inside day range expansion up here. Inside bar stops down here, trading around the levels. So we need to be really patient to find out what this is up to. Overall, relatively bullish, of course. DJ30 rather bearish, also slamming into these levels. Pretty mixed picture, so that's rather unclear. So this is then where I stop. And then if I go to my screener template with the 6 screens and my trading layout, then all these thoughts, the levels and the thesis are appearing, and I take it from there. So this takes me typically 10 minutes or so. So it was just so slow because I was explaining it all to you. Hope that is helpful. If you don't use market profile, as I said, just use this layout here and try to see the Stacy Berg signals and try to judge the multi-time frame situation and make up your mind. And then you mark your thesis, potentially also trades on the chart. And this is what you then screen for in the session. I will do a video on that soon, how I screen the sessions and how my trading template is used in detail. So thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful.